Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. I hope you're doing well, mate. I really do hope that I've got some new aligners on my teeth because I'm doing this dental program, and oh my god, today's really hurt. Fresh ones on the new pearly whites, and boy, oh boy, it hurts so bad. It came home, though. Massive congratulations to the Lionesses, the England women's team. Incredible effort, incredible tournament out my teeth in the Euros. And they've won it. First major trophy for England since 1966. Incredible scenes, home tournament in England. Wonderful with Serena Wiegman and the whole squad, team, staff, etc. Shout out to them. Welcome back to Chelsea News, though, the daily series here on the channel where I reflect on what's being said about Chelsea, giving you my opinion on it for whatever that's worth. But more importantly, I ask for yours, ladies and gentlemen. Malang Sarr to Fulham, a free transfer that could make money, a youngster that we're looking at maybe, Fabrizio Romano updates, and of course, the Athletic article reflecting on Chelsea's attempt to sign Wesley Fofana and Dumfries. David Ornstein is a reliable source in these new turbulent times in the modern football landscape for Chelsea Football Club. Since the transition of ownership, sources for certain of journalists have gone up in the air. But you know whose information does remain good? I tell you, it's David Ornstein. And him coming out talking about these players is good. We're going to reflect on all of this, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you for joining me. Please do consider dropping a like on the video. That's very sweet and kind of you. It makes me feel better about my sore teeth. And if you want to subscribe, you are, of course, welcome to. And should you choose to do so, hit that sweet, sweet bell, baby. Cool, man. Let's start off with Malang Sarr. Fulham, of course, coming up into the Premier League. Chelsea's little brother in southwest London. They need centre-backs. They're looking at all sorts, including Chelsea's Malang Sarr. Now, Chelsea got Malang Sarr on a free a couple of years ago from Nice in Ligue 1. Many clubs wanted him. He refused to renew with them. He was sort of a good opportunity, a good piece of business for Chelsea to sign on to a free transfer, offer him decent wages, knowing that they could sell him on and make a profit. And he knew that's what probably will happen, that he'll go to Chelsea in the meantime, get like really good coaching, get looked after on loans, and indeed get good wages. Of course, he actually ended up staying with Chelsea last season, playing a decent amount of games. Now, he probably has remained grounded and realistic, knowing that the intention is still probably to flog him. That seems like it may come to pass. But if he likes living in southwest London, and he likes the Premier League climate, and etc., then why not be sold to Fulham? Fulham's a lovely place to play football down in the cottage. It really is, genuinely, next to the river. They'll still pay you good wages, I imagine. Fulham have got some money. And you can play in the Premier League, and hopefully they can stay up in the Premier League. But even if you go down, their odds are you'll come up at least once or twice again within your contract at Fulham. I said to my friend who supports Fulham, look, he asked me, what do you think? I said, he can play centre-back, he can play left-back, and he's left-footed. And also, Malang Sarr, he's one of the boys. He speaks fluent English to the point of he almost has a few, like, roadman expressions. Do you know what I mean? He's really well integrated and adapted in the culture and in socialising with his teammates. Probably a good signing for Fulham. Look, he's done a job at times for Chelsea. That kind of level of player would be a good level of player for Fulham. No disrespect, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. It's just where it's at. It's just, you know, yeah. That's Malang Sarr. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. Pour one out if he gets sold. Alright, baby. Let's jump on to courtside. The column briefing from Fabrizio Romano, transfer guru specialist. Chelsea have made a new attempt to sign RB Leipzig defender Joško Gvardiol. Chelsea proposed a swap deal with former Leipzig striker, current Chelsea striker, Timo Werner, but the German club have no intention of selling Gvardiol this summer. Wesley Fofana is Chelsea's top target. Well, come on, Fab. You said Joško was top target the other day. Unless he means top target as in, like, they're one of the top. Who knows who the priority is at this point? Wesley Fofana is Chelsea's top target, but Leicester are keen to keep hold of him. Of course, Brendan Rodgers, in his press conference yesterday, pre or post pre-season friendly, categorically said Wesley Fofana is not for sale. And in normal scenarios, we might all go, oh, well, that's done. Let's move on. And maybe to a degree, it is. But you know what? We're all having that deja vu of a couple of years ago of Brendan Rodgers having the same questions posed to him about Ben Chilwell. He categorically said, Ben Chilwell is not for sale. 1 month later, he was in a Chelsea shirt. It's just how it is sometimes, baby girl. Of course, a manager's not going to be like, well, yes, he's for sale. He's for sale, so buy him, and we'll give you a good deal, my friend. You want to drive up the price as much as possible, and you can achieve that by saying, it's not on, you can't buy that. Everything's for sale for the right price, mate. Everything is there for the right price. Benjamin Pavard is another top target, or another target, but Bayern Munich defender is not a priority. Apparently, they're saying Pavard is staying at Bayern Munich now. I never really got super excited about this, to be honest. But we'll see what happens. Leicester City are interested in one Chelsea player, but it's currently being treated as a separate deal. That Chelsea player, I understand, is Levi Colwill. Now, a good player, left-footed, huge ceiling, high ceiling on the young player. A lot of Chelsea fans, understandably, don't want him to go. I personally would love, if you said to me, pick a centre-back to start in your lineup in the Premier League, Wesley Fofana or Levi Colwill, I'm picking Wesley Fofana. But, you know, Colwill is yet to play in the Premier League, and he might prove to be an excellent player moving forwards. I think many of us would align on this. If he can be loaned, great. If he has to be sold, you know, it needs to be a buyback clause. Ting, I know the old regime under Roman Abramovich, Marina Granovskaya, and Gang, they were putting in buyback clauses in all the sold players, youngsters. One would hope they would do that with Levi Colwill. But, yeah, we'd be treated as separate deals. Chelsea are looking to flog a lot of, I don't like this term, but deadwood. Now, we spoke about Ross Barkley unarchiving all his old Everton posts on his Instagram. There's, you know, and Frank Lampard did utilise him and did like him, you know, Ross Barkley. He did give him quite a few like decent minutes here and there. He'll probably be looking in. Michy Batshuayi also being linked to Everton. Again, like maybe is Michy Batshuayi the replacement for Richarlison? I don't know, but I would genuinely be really interested to see Michy Batshuayi be given just an extended run as the starting striker in the Prem. I know he probably did to a degree at Palace, but he didn't always start. He often came off the bench and rotated. Just if Frank said, all right, Michy, you finish some chances. You've got 2 good feet. We're going to put some chances in, just finish some friggin' chances, see what happens. We'll get loads of people running behind you. It'll be nice to see him score a few goals. Like, why not? He has scored goals, historically. Frank Lampard looking to take advantage. Give Billy Gilmore, you know, use his connections with Chelsea. Try and rebuild a team there. They'll have a little bit of money, but not a lot, and he'll be looking to do purchases and loans. Largely from Chelsea and players he's worked with before. And why not? Help Frank out. It's not like they're going to challenge us for the top 4. You know, I'm here for it. And like I said, many of you will just be stoked that deadwood out the door. Horrible phrase, a little bit unfair, but it's just how things are. We have a bloated squad with players on huge wages. That needs to be addressed. Let's move on. Alright, so let's talk about what The Athletic said. David Ornstein, reliable source, of course. Chelsea are working on deals to sign Wesley Fofana from Leicester City and Denzel Dumfries of Inter Milan. The Athletic understands the Stamford Bridge club intend to continue strengthening their squad as the new Premier League season approaches, with Fofana and Dumfries high among the targets being pursued. Leicester are believed to value centre-back Fofana at the figure in the region of 80 to 85 million pounds. Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, Harry Maguire money. But you'd rather him than Harry Maguire. Chelsea hope that could be lowered by offering players to the Premier League counterparts, given the Midlands side have no desire to sell someone who is key to their plans, and this is the sticking point, contracted until 2027. That's a long old contract, baby girl, and said to be happy at the King Power Stadium. It will be difficult transfer as Chelsea or any other suitor to complete the deal at the current time. The thing is, as well, I think he does want to go to Chelsea. He's got that picture of him in the Chelsea shirt his mate posted and then deleted on social media. I think you'd probably see that as a natural progression and great opportunity, but he's not like having a crap time at Leicester and wants to get out. I think he recognises that he's performed really well under, Brendan Rodgers, to the point of where this, price tag's coming from. And, yes, there's no Champions League. Yes, Leicester's not as big as Chelsea, but they're still playing in Europe, and he's coming back from an injury, and they were patient with him. So he's 21. You can understand why he's a bit like, excuse me, yeah, I'll chill out for a bit. I'll play here another season or two, and then I'll push for that big boy move. Do you know what I mean? So it's interesting, but yeah, that contract is a sticking point. Like I said, I would absolutely love it. If Chelsea somehow end up signing either him or Joško Gvardiol, I'd probably be very, very happy indeed. But their interest in the France under-21 international was firm, and the same applies to 26-year-old Netherlands international Dumfries. Inter need to raise money this summer, as they do every friggin' summer, man, particularly after talks with Paris Saint-Germain over Milan Skriniar stalled because of their price demands, and Chelsea's admiration for the right wing-back is strong. Now, I believe David Ornstein when he talks at the moment. Like I said, he's seemingly the only one that's getting appropriately briefed anymore by Chelsea Football Club. They've already dealt with the Italian team this summer over Romelu Lukaku's loan. True, negotiations are open. Their attempts to recruit Fofana and Dumfries are not a case of one or the other, but both, wing back and centre back. Do you know what I mean? So they've got money to spend. Of course, it's like we've already spoken to Inter this summer. It's helpful. It's like with Napoli. We'd already spoken to Napoli this summer to, of course, buy Kalidou Koulibaly, and we're trying to loan them Kepa Arrizabalaga and pay all his wages, or most of his wages. It helps how the negotiations are already open with these clubs in the same window. Conversations are warm with the respective people. Now, Denzel Dumfries is a divisive target because he's a right wing back. I don't know if he can play on both sides. Please do let me know down in the comment section below. But they'll be thinking, Tuchel will probably be thinking, even if we sell Emerson or Alonso, we've got options there at left wing back. Do you know what I mean? We've got Chilwell and another decent option. He probably doesn't feel like we've got the same on the right. We've got, Reece James. And pretty much that's it, because I do think there's a chance that Azpilicueta gets his wish granted to leave to Barcelona. And even then, maybe Azpilicueta, getting into his 30s, isn't an ideal right wing back. He probably thinks, Thomas Tuchel, yes, we've only really got Reece James at a decent level, and a lot of the time I might choose to play Reece James as a right centre-back. I know a lot of us don't like that, but the truth is, it's certain games, like, you can put a job on Vinicius Jr. in the Bernabeu, you want to see Reece James there in rare scenarios, so he wants a top option for right wing back. Denzel Dumfries is that very offensive. He'd represent a €40 million deal or something, which is early £32 million, £33 million. Reece James is probably worth £100 million. So to have the rotational option worth that much kind of makes sense. I'm here for it. And I have to maintain my stance, which I've kept throughout this, transfer window. Just give Thomas Tuchel the keys. Let's see what he can do now. Give him, no excuses. Give him his players. Give him what he wants, and see what he can do. But yeah, the interest remains strong. All right, quickly, I want to reference Cy Phillips' new Chelsea news website, chelsea-news.co, talking about an international forward. All transfer talk surrounding Chelsea right now seems to be based on signing defenders, but there is another area on the pitch that manager Thomas Tuchel has spoken about needing improvement in, and that is the attack. It's clear Tuchel wants to add another forward in his squad before the window is up at the end of this month. Ooh la la! Pinch punch, first day of the month, August. There is also a chance that more attackers will leave the club as well. Whether this target is seen as a first-team squad player or one for the future remains to be seen, and whether it's legit also remains to be seen. But local Slovenian media outlet Sport Club are claiming that Chelsea owner Todd Boehly has met with the agent of Salzburg forward Benjamin Sesko ahead of a proposed transfer move to London. The 19-year-old Slovenian international is currently being tried to sign by Manchester United. Could Chelsea hijack the move? Now, he's a 19-year-old, Benjamin Sesko, forward. I'm going to have a look at how many goals he scored quickly. See if we can do on who he scored. Oh, they don't show you on that for Salzburg. Maybe he's not played in the first team. Still, let me know if you know anything about him. We'll obviously keep a close eye on him and move. And in the future, we can reference that and look at his scouting report a little bit more. What do you think, boys and girls? Start up the conversation down below. I want to see what you guys are saying. Remember to keep it locked to Football Therapy, because news will start moving quickly now in the final month of the transfer window. And I'll keep you guys posted. So when you subscribe, you know what to do. Hit that tweet bell. And thank you for dropping a like. It means a lot. Cool. See you soon. Peace.